You might have seen these beautiful editions of A History of Middle-earth. They have all been released the last year. And being a huge Tolkien fan, I wanted to take a little bit of that magic into the real world. I also wanted to test out a few new materials and tools for this project. Inspired by The Hobbit, I decided on making a book nook that would fit right in between these bad boys. So here's my plan. I want to make some epic-looking stone structures to represent the Dwarven kingdom of Erebor, with flickering torches and some golden treasures, protected by the dragon himself, Smaug. For this project, I wanted to draw some inspiration from the illustrations of Alan Lee and John Howe, because I really love their style, and it's actually their art that's used in these book editions. After sketching out a few ideas, I tested out my design in cardboard so I could see if my measurements were right. And with the test fit complete, I could go on to the real deal. But first, I need some coffee. All right, let's go! So I started out by making the design into a template that I could use to cut the foam into the pieces I needed for the structure and interior. I've been looking forward to try out this tool for a long time, and it is awesome. It didn't take long to figure out how to use effectively, like not lingering too long on a spot, because this will happen. Dude, makes the job so much easier. Judgment on the new tool? Epic. To cut the boards for the book nook, I tried this new tool, a Japanese handsaw. I've gotten it recommended from several places actually. It just cuts so straight, man. Clean lines, so smooth. New tool judgment? Awesome. We need some light in here, don't you think? And to make it easier for ourselves, I bought these electric tea lights. They were already flickering like flames. To make these flames, you can use regular hot glue. Easy enough, but it's a little messy. It didn't turn out too bad, I think. Now, let's make sure we have some room for them in our book nook. wanted some cool stonework for the walls and floors of these dwarven halls. And I found these texture rollers that had the perfect patterns. I figured I'd use the heat gun to warm up the surface of the foam, so the rollers would make more of a mark. It actually worked quite well. And to make some more rock texture to these pillars, I'm just crunching together some aluminium foil and just dabbing it on there.
Aluminium.
And already it looks so much more like rock. I mean, it rocks. To the painting! First, we do a one-colored base coat. Second, we do a black wash, which is a very thinned out black paint that sits in all the grooves and nooks and crannies. Makes it look so much more authentic. And on top, my favorite part, the dry brushing, which just makes it's just pure magic in it. And now let's put these parts together so it looks a little bit more like arches. Let's go! Alright, time to put in the lights. This is when I realized I probably should have done this part before gluing the walls together. But then again, I seem to remember of having some sort of reason for doing it in that order, which I don't remember now, but it is what it is. I mean, it didn't turn out bad, but I might have made it a little easier for myself. Probably. But, what you gonna do? And again, hot glue did the trick. Just try to avoid any important components to this slide and yeah, worked awesome. And voila! Part of me just want to move in here. Time for some gold. Could have gone in much more detail with this pile of gold, but because I wanted these halls to look as tall and enormous as possible, I decided to go for a simpler representation of these treasures. I mean, does it shine and sparkle in the light? Job's done. Dragon time. Did some research, made a sketch, somewhat anatomically correct. Then I printed it out, and let's get to work.
Wire.
Shockingly, I drew the inspiration from Peter Jackson's movies. I've only made a dragon once before, and there were a few aspects that I wanted to improve on. For example, the anatomic proportions. So let's get this part right. Last time I did a dragon, I used the air drying paper clay for several reasons, but this time I wanted to try polymer clay. You heat it and it hardens. I don't know about you, but that sounds perfect to me. Let's see how it works in practice. Let's get to it. Now, before you say anything, I know, I did figure out that I can save dried out polymer clay. You simply cut it into pieces and mix it with some clay softener or conditioner and just work it into a soft consistency again. And don't you worry, I didn't throw the old one out. But now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
This was honestly so much fun to work with. Definitely using this again. You might be wondering why I just didn't go for black polymer clay at this point, if I was gonna prime it black anyway. And I would agree. It could have saved a lot of work. But hey, you can't think of everything. Confession. I got a little carried away with the painting and forgot to film it. So, there you go. I was thinking of brushing him with a little bit of gold, so it would look like he had been resting on his golden treasures for ages. But the yellow gold didn't look good on this color on the dragon. But the copper did the same trick, and it looked better on the dragon. And now, let's see how this project turned out. Cue glamour shots. I had so much fun working on this project, tested out a few new tools and some new materials, and I gotta say, I'm quite happy with the result. Let me know what you think. Feel free to drop a comment below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like this, it would help big time if you click the like button and share this video with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. You are awesome. Bye for now and happy creating!